In his 2018 State of the Nation address, President Geingob singled out effective governance and service delivery, economic advancement, social progression, infrastructure development, and international relations.
I can assure you, as your president, comrade, the Namibian house is not fragile. It remains secured. Of course, we will continue to face challenges together. Yes, since 2012, we have endured together the worst of economic downturn. In this year of reckoning, we should remind ourselves that our struggle for prosperity must be no less courageous and no less determined than our great struggle for freedom.
While there have been a number of achievements in the area of infrastructural development, the current economic situation has resulted in a number of construction projects being either scaled down or completely stopped. This has impacted heavily on the construction industry, which has seen hundreds of workers being laid off and has slowed down the economy, already in a recession. Despite public perceptions around corruption, Namibia has moved up one place to 4 from 5th on Transparency International's Corruption Index of least corrupt countries. According to the Anti-Corruption Commission, Namibia's scorecard can improve with the recent enactment of the Whistleblowers Protection Act and the introduction of the Access to Information Act, currently on the cards. Due to the widespread claims of corruption leveled against some ministers, the head of state reshuffled his cabinet, particularly those who run resource ministries, and also demanded that implicated ministers present their defending cases to him with regards to the allegations against them. The tender process, he said in his speech, was shrouded in secrecy, while the rules of engagement were unfair.
Therefore, an additional measure to arrest corruption was enacted. Was enactment of the new Public Procurement Act of 2016, which became fully operational in 2017. All 9 members of the Central Procurement Board, including full-time position of chairperson, deputy chairperson, and 15 members of the review panel have been filled. This marks a positive development towards increased transparency. We recognize that there are teething problems to be improved upon.
Now the same tenderers who once cried foul over the workings of the Namibia Tender Board complain of the increased bureaucracy and slow pace at which the new Central Procurement Board awards tenders. The president is likely to touch on the aforementioned issues in his 2019 State of the Nation address. As he promised in 2018, a successful land conference was held, and contributions made there are currently being assessed by the Commission of Inquiry into claims of ancestral land rights and restitution, announced on 21st of February. That commission is to complete its work and present the president with a report detailing their findings within 1 year of its formation. Given the country's challenging financial state, Dr. Geingob in 2018 undertook to establish a 12-member high-level panel on the economy, eventually realized this year, though with 23 members in total. In another positive development, a joint venture between government and French auto company Peugeot resulted in a completion of a car assembly plant at Walvis Bay last year. Trade unions and general workers will be waiting on what the president has to say regarding the national minimum wage and the national pension scheme, as was mentioned in his 2018 State of the Nation address.
I encourage such an approach. I also support the call by workers' unions to introduce a national minimum wage, which is also a Harambee Prosperity Plan proposal. Gender parity, the provision of decent housing through housing schemes, and introduction of pension schemes will go a long way to empower citizens to retire in dignity. In this connection, we remain committed to the introduction of National Pension Fund to cater for those employed Namibians that are currently excluded from retirement fund arrangements.
Also outstanding is the word on the status of the contentious National Equitable Economic Empowerment Policy Framework, or NEAF, which according to the President was to be tabled in Parliament towards the end of last year.